What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have one of the most expensive off-road focused SUVs, and we're gonna have some fun here at Uwharrie National Forest. This is a 2022 Land Rover Defender V8. So this thing is nearly $110,000. It's fully spec'd out though. We have all sorts of off-road capabilities. It's sitting in off-road mode right now. So as you can see, we got so much ground clearance. It's over a foot,
right?
It is insane. And being the two-door, we have all sorts of really good approach angles, all that good stuff. So anyways, without further ado, let's hit the trails in the Defender. So after some trail riding now to our first obstacle, we put the Defender into the rock crawl mode and into the low range, and we're gonna start crawling up this pretty steep rocky dirt thing. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's pretty steep now. Of course, we're still in the highest ride height, but we're just gonna slowly crawl up this and just see how well everything does. Takes it really easy. The low range gearbox is gonna get it nice and up there. No spinning or anything on these stock tires too. It's hard to tell how steep it is, but it just does such a good job. So slow, it can just do anything. Yep, now just come straight. Yep, and just crank it. And we also have all these cameras we can view, which is really cool. And you can even tap this icon to see what is underneath the car. So cool. And then our locking differentials come up. So first little test, what do you think, Mike?
This is pretty cool. I wanted to do some of the other lines, but there's only so much we can do with this today. It seems very nimble, like we haven't had to turn around, you know, or anything like that. Pretty tight for situations like this small trail.
Especially being the two-door, it's got such a good turning radius.
Yeah, really. And I'm pretty impressed so far with even being the shorter wheelbase. We haven't been on the outside yet, but it seems to do well over these moguls. So for the shorter wheelbase, we haven't had any of the tires off the ground yet. Now that might change as we go up here.
But it's crazy, if we start looking down here, it just does a really good job. And,
Look good?
Oh yeah, we're looking good. Just stay left a little bit. But you can see, just really capable the way everything is set up. All right, so our next test is this rocky area. Again, it's so much steeper in person, it's just not gonna come off on camera. But we got all these rocks, it's steep up to here. You can see how far down he is, but we're just gonna slowly come up in the rock crawl mode. We do have 22s on it, so we wanna be a little careful, but if you just stay straight, it should be pretty good. Stick this way. Yeah, keep going that way. Yeah, just get down into here. Yep. And just come this way. Turn your wheels this way. Yep. Come straight now. Yep. There you go. I think the technology in this is super impressive. So you can see it getting traction right there. Yeah, just stay going straight now. So on to the next obstacle. We have this really big rock. It's a lot bigger in person than camera, but he's just gonna come straight up this. We can see it's already getting a little bit off right there. Yep, so just come really nice and straight, and he's just gonna avoid the rock over there with the wheel. But we got the front tire off a little bit. Look at the articulation, that is so impressive. Just maintaining so much wheel contact with the ground and just slowly accelerating, still in the slow speed. Dang, that thing just walks over anything. That is so crazy impressive.
For this next obstacle, this is mainly just a maneuverability test. It's not that steep, but the turning radius for the two-door is so tight. Look at all that ground clearance. Oh, tire off the ground. Look at how tight that is. That was a pretty good turn.
Oh, yeah.
Very sharp. I am definitely standing taller than the roof of the Defender now. So he's got to climb up a good embankment along with this ridge that goes at a diagonal. So we're gonna test ground clearance. Look at that wheel getting right off the ground there. But it did it with ease as we have a mini hill climb. This thing is so cool. This is probably one of the only luxury off-roaders that you would actually really want to take off-road with how well all this off-road technology is. And the fact that we're on these stock Continental tires. Very impressed. It's not too slick out today. So we are going to really push the limits in a controlled way here with this right here. So this hill is basically a big U shape. And so I'm gonna guide Brian as best I can. So you need to come passenger and now crank it driver. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. You're good. You're still good. Can you see that tree over there? Yeah. All right, stop right there. You still have about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches?
It's like 5 feet.
Yeah, so what you want to do from here, Bri, is get ready to straighten out the tires. Yeah. Actually, keep going driver a little bit more. Okay, right about there. Now, I think, give me 1 second to set up. All right, you ready? Yeah. You're good to go straight up. Nice and easy. Stop right there if you can. You have like a half inch of ground clearance or less. Can I go straight? Yeah, keep going straight. Look at that. I can't believe it did that.
Dude, it just walked it.
I mean, it's really hard to see that on camera. Stop for a sec. I'm gonna show Bri, the spare tire, you guys, is above my head. That's how much taller he is, about 2 feet from me. That was really, really steep. I'm looking straight at the trailer hitch, if that gives you a good reference.
All right, so a few more little trails down. We got a cool downhill section here with a sharp turn at the end. A lot of rocks, but we'll see just how well this thing can just crawl down. Very steep elevation. So we're almost finishing up with our trails. We are heading to another spot here in Uwharrie. So far, our opinions, I think I freaking love this thing.
I love it. I think the one thing that we were talking about is for this being so off-road focused, it needs to offer maybe some kind of off-road package for the wheels and tires.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing a lot of what we want to try because of the 22s. And in general, that's just too big of a wheel for off-road.
I think the V8 only gets 22.
Yeah.
I think if you're really gonna off-road it, you're probably gonna stick with the 4-cylinder or the V6. If I was gonna buy one, I think I would stick with the V6 just because a little bit more economical, a lot cheaper, and it's gonna be plenty off-road. But regardless, it's been freaking awesome.
It's been really nice, yeah. Even with the 22s, it rides nice. Yeah. For the thin tires that it has. But these tires have been pretty good for the kind of loose dust and gravel that we have for today's conditions.
One thing that I've been really liking about this is the fact that we have the cooled center. So you can literally, like, this is designed for the safari. You don't have to worry about a lunchbox or whatever. You can keep a few cool items in here and just have your food with you when you're out here. And with like the roof and everything, it's so open. You have fantastic visibility. One thing we noticed, the black pieces on the hood, you can see right there, those are kind of exactly where the front tire is. So it's really easy to place this. While it's kind of a big SUV, it's actually really small at the same time. It's that perfect blend of everything. If you love the Wrangler, the Bronco, the FJ Cruiser, this is the new luxury focused version, but can still do everything off-road. So it's just been insane. All right, so we are wrapping it up. Last little bit of trail, and you can see how this thing just has so much clearance to get up everything. Easily climb up that rock. Oh, a little bit of off the ground. Alright, so that is about gonna wrap it up for taking this Defender V8 to Uwharrie. That's about what we could find with all the trails here.
And with a stock vehicle.
Yeah, bone stock. The 22s are definitely something you don't want if you're gonna really off-road this.
Yeah.
But other than that, the technology, the capabilities, the air ride suspension, the 4x4 system, locking differential, it never lost traction. It maintained really good tire contact on the ground. We got off the ground quite a few times, but it just maintains it really well.
It was also a really smooth ride on these access roads getting to these trails. We were going about normal speeds, like 30, 35, sometimes 40. And for the gravel with the adaptive suspension, it gives you a smooth ride. Even with the large wheels and tires, I'm impressed with that.
You can just drive it. It's so capable.
Yeah.
But I think that's it then. Off-road adventure in the 2022 Defender. Definitely a worthy vehicle of any trail if you don't mind the price tag for what you're going to be doing with it.
Yeah.
However, I think a V6 version would probably be a little bit more reasonable version to get to really off-road. This one really has the on-road performance too, but I think a V6 really decked out for off-road would be the perfect Defender, and I think this thing just has so much to offer. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for plenty more content, and we'll see you guys in the next video.